Footprint 290 million years old and 3 technology discoveries challenging Darwin theory. Many archaeological evidence discovered in many parts of the world shows that in the past there were prehistoric civilizations. They developed no less than our modern ones, even more advanced. This evidence may reverse what we have always believed, that modern humans are the only masters with superior intelligence ever to exist on Earth. 1. Footprints 290 million years old. A Permian rock about 290 million years ago has a curious detail on its surface. Discovered in New Mexico, this rock has human footprints. But humans didn't exist on Earth 290 million years ago, so how could that be? Strangely, the Permian period ended with the largest mass extinction event in Earth's history, in which nearly 90% of all marine species and 70% of terrestrial species died. Recovery from the Permian Triassic extinction event is prolonged. On land, ecosystems take 30 million years to recover. As noted by Dr. Don Patton, footprints are genuine. If so, does it mean that hundreds of millions of years ago, another kind of human existed on Earth, at the same time dinosaurs existed? 2. Klerksdorp sphere. These strange spheres are found in South Africa. Michael Cremo, a researcher in prehistoric culture, once said that this sphere is up to 2.8 billion years old. It has a very hard surface and an inner fibrous structure. Marx found them rather strange and confusing. They are found in the pyrophyllite kaolin quarry, near the small town of Ottosdal in western Transvaal. This kaolin rock was formed from sediments about 2.8 billion years ago. This is a fairly soft mineral with index 3 on the Mohs scale from 1 to 10 to classify the hardness of the mineral, of which the softest talc, the hardest diamond. The spheres have a fibrous inner structure, and an outer shell as hard as steel, which cannot be scratched, said researcher Cremo. According to Cremo, this sphere is evidence that intelligent life has existed on Earth long before the time we normally consider it. 3. The bolt is 300 million years old. In the 1990s, a Russian research team discovered a stone in a desert field in southwestern Poluzka province. This stone is not worth mentioning if it does not contain a shocking mystery. Inside the rock contains a bolt that is measured to be hundreds of millions of years old. Many research institutes have studied this rock, such as paleontology, physical engineering, aerospace engineering, paleontological museums, and biology museum laboratories of Salat, Zik, Geology, of MI, NGU, as well as dozens of experts in different fields of knowledge have studied and came to the conclusion, falling bolts about 300 to 320 million years old. A similar discovery was found in Lanzhou, China in 2002. 4. The hammer dates back to the Cretaceous period. Emma Hahn discovered this hammer in June 1934 in a quarry near a U.S. town, Texas. The metal part of the hammer is 15 centimeters long and about 3 inches in diameter. It was submerged in limestone dating back 140 million years, along with other rock fragments. Some argued that it was a hoax, but later studies with various academic investigations disproved this. At first, the wooden handle petrified, and the interior turned to coal over millions of years. Second, experts at Metallurgical Academy, Columbus, Ohio, were amazed at the chemical composition of the hammerhead submerged in the soil: 96.6% iron, 2.6% chlorine, and 0.74% sulfur, and no impurities. Come on! Meanwhile, pure iron has never been discovered in the history of metals on Earth. In the metal section, no metals used in the steel manufacturing industry, such as manganese, cobalt, nickel, tungsten, vanadium, or molybdenum, are found. There is no impurity, and the percentage of chlorine is abnormally large. Surprisingly, no trace of carbon was found, while the Earth's magnetic iron ore always contained carbon and other impurities. In general, according to modern observations, the iron part of the hammer is not of a high quality. But the cool part is, the iron of this hammer doesn't rust. There was no sign of corrosion. Dr. K.E. Fa, director of the Museum of Mineral Antiquities, said the hammer was estimated to have been created in the early Cretaceous period, that is, between 140 and 65 million years ago. Meanwhile, the scientific level of man who can make this stuff is only up to 10,000 years ago. In the end, the truth about our origins seems completely different from what is commonly explained in textbooks, that we are the only modern civilized human species ever on Earth. This bridge and we evolved from the ape man. Only those who dare to transcend prejudiced conceptions, receive and rationally consider archaeological discoveries and achievements can discern what is truly true.